Lalo Hawadla Yahabasham Yushabasham Kakadash. Abalanas to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing this within truth. Also in sincerity, Brother Monatis are here with another video. This will be a fairly short one. You know what I mean? Really short, just, you know what I mean? The headline we have here. So, brother, for sending this in group, it says US Embassy urges caution over holiday weekend. I believe this weekend is Tobago's Carnival. Right, so all of a sudden, I think it's over this, but the third year they're doing it. Tobago want to have a separate carnival. They trying for their own, I don't want to say the independence from us because I mean, Trinidad and Tobago is one country, two islands, but they want to be separate from us. I wouldn't say independent because we don't have them under any control per se. You know what I mean? Even though the majority of everything is in Trinidad, Parliament House, all these things is in Trinidad, but nevertheless. All right, it says the U.S. Embassy in Trinidad and Tobago has urged its citizens to avoid all U.S. government facilities. All U.S. government facilities across the country during the holiday weekend due to a heightened state of alert. The embassy advised U.S. nationals to remain aware of their surroundings, monitor reputable news outlets, and report any suspicious activity to local authorities. It also reminded U.S. citizens traveling to the United States that a valid U.S. passport is required. This warning comes amid unspecified security concerns, with officials urging heightened vigilance throughout the weekend. I think that's on the article there. Basically, yeah, that's it on the article. Yeah. Alright, yeah, that's on the article. So basically, what they're saying is, hey, basically what they're saying is, more or less, while they're jumping up and fucking ramaging and all this bullshit, be reminded that we could be on the brink of World War III. Slovakia for that. Right? This could be very, you know what I mean? It's a time attention. It's just a time attention, right? A lot of things popping off. Protests out there in the UK right now. Might do a video on that later, right? But in this video, because this pertains to, you know what I mean, here, right? On our doorstep, literally, right? Isaiah 24 and verse 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Now, this is not telling me the happiness as the previous line said, the joy is darkened, right? All US citizens, when they hear that alert from their embassies, they're like, what the fuck, right? XYZ, XYZ. And then the president, like, yeah, is the one who, you know what I mean, being a headhunter, right? Playing headhunter, trying to see who are the biggest stick or who will jump first and so on and so forth. However, you know what I mean, he making threats, Maduro preparing, you know what I mean, he preparing for whatever Trump decides to bring, more or less. While our lovely citizens of the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago going fucking juvie, reveling, right? They going on revel in the street, get drunk, you know what I mean, lewdness, all these things will be taking place over in Tobago. You know what I mean? Basically, a miniature one of what was going in the earlier half of the year in Trinidad. Alright, there is Isaiah 60 and verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Yeah. Now the point is in the first two lines. You understand? Gross darkness cover the people because how the fuck you going and how to put it? The water, I think let's call it the water highway or the ocean highway. I really not familiar with the term, but basically the route that the ferries does run and all these things are in jeopardy due to what is going on with Trinidad. Well, not with Trinidad, but with America and Venezuela right now. You know, it might not be directly in line with what with you know what I mean, how they line up, but at the end of the day, anything could happen at any moment. right? That is why the US urging their citizens to practice precaution, not all citizens, but theirs, right? Even though we allied with them. You understand? Our Prime Minister wouldn't postpone or call off or no, and we on that I believe we still on that state of emergency if I'm not mistaken. But anyhow, you understand? They going on a revel this weekend. Today, well yesterday, today, tomorrow, now that I think about it, because it's really Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm not familiar with the particulars of the one over in Tobago, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean, there's a time of tension. You understand? The meat of the land will be gone completely. You understand? The budget they just released, they raise the price of alcohol across the board now. Oh, alcohol is a main thing in carnival time. You know what I mean? People going and be in debt after this weekend. That is gross darkness. You're not taking heat of what going on around you, like gross darkness. Some man you don't even care, all they think it could be alright. All they love to say, well, God is a Trinity. Well, we could see. We will see. Right? We will see. Remember, one last precept and I'll close it out. Let's say it's just a short video. First Thessalonians 5 and um I'll jump straight in. Verse 6. First Thessalonians 5 and 6. It said, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Right? Be sober minded meaning of being aware, being alert. Alright, verse 7. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, which is what darkness, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. You understand? Let me read verse 5. We are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. We are not of the of ignorance. You know what I mean? We are the watchmen. We on the post. We looking out. Set me on my watch. I have a cup too. Right? Set me up on my watch. So on and so forth. So we watching what going on. We watching what going on. You understand? Military officials have been calling and being deployed around the country and so on and so forth. Our local, well, regiment, not military, but nevertheless. You understand? So, hey, as I was saying, I hope this was out of it. Edifying, sparkful for thought through the spirit and power of your Basham Yoshai. Basham Akwakadash. Until next time, Shalom.